Well, hey, how y'all doing? My name is Willie Lawson, and this is fightbackmedia.com, 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 and Fightback Media TV. Hey, listen, I've already done a morning report. You've probably already seen that. I wanted to talk about something else, though. Um, Something that bothered me a great deal yesterday, and is bothering me into today. You know, yesterday, day before, a person went into Covenant School in Tennessee, a um, a branch of the church of the Covenant Presbyterian Church, and killed six people, three adults and three children. Now, as horrible as this is, media, the left, and a certain community is more concerned with one thing. They're concerned with this person being misgendered. And what we see in certain parts of our government is support for transgendered people. Uh, Green, Green Pierre, Jean Pierre mentioned at a press conference that they're really concerned about trans people, and because trans people right now are being uh, attacked, being talked about that, about how about that. And the president yesterday mentioned that, I guess yesterday was the some trans day of I don't know, being seen or whatever. Um, you don't you don't find it weird that this is all right after a person who identified as transgender um, murdered six people at a church school, that a day afterwards, that the emphasis is not on the people who were murdered, but on the sexual identity of the murderer. You don't find that weird? I find that weird, and I find that disconcerting. It was going to be typical that the left would lose their mind and the call for gun control would show up, as if making it more difficult for me or you to get a weapon was going to make one person in the world safe. How how they get there has always been a mystery to me. How it makes anybody safer if I can't have a cup of coffee, or that's more difficult for me, is beyond me. That I can't go out and buy an AR-15 or howitzer or an M1 Abram tank or whatever. And then, of course, we always have people, some of you people who watch, some of you people who listen from foreign countries and say, we don't have these problems. Well, you know what? You have a lot of other problems. You have the lack of the ability to defend yourself against a tyrannical government. Let's just be real. That's what the Second Amendment is all about. It's not hunting. It's not even self-protection against, the idiot across the street. That's not what it's for. It's the ability to protect yourself against a tyrannical government. Think about it. The people who wrote that just got out of a war of a couple of years trying to fight off a tyrannical government. You don't have to be a constitutional scholar from Harvard to figure this out. You don't. You simply do not have to be. So that was expected, that somebody would wake up David Hogg and he would be back on Twitter. That kid's so annoying. And then you see in Tennessee and Kentucky insurrectionists interrupting the flow of government in both of those places, calling for stronger gun laws, because somehow these people have learned that laws are going to stop people from doing crazy stuff. It's gonna because if you just have a law, just make it illegal. As bad as what happened at Coventry School is, and as much as my heart aches for the parents, for the spouses, for the moms and dads and brothers and sisters and relatives and friends and family of those that were murdered, senselessly murdered, laws don't stop anything from happening. Is what we say when we start talking about securing our home. Locked doors just keep out honest people because the criminal doesn't give a damn about a locked door because your windows are made of glass. So we can have as many laws, and we have more laws in this country than most countries do. We've got laws on top of laws. We got so many laws that we don't even know how many laws we have. I remember a couple 10 years ago, a few years ago, um, somebody tried to count them, and there were too many. There were too many laws to count. Not everybody even knows, which I think puts us in, very much in danger of being susceptible to a tyrannical government. Are you kidding me? Florida, my state, just the legislature just approved what amounts to a constitutional carry law. Governor has not signed it yet. We believe that he probably will, which means you don't need a concealed permit to carry a firearm. You don't need a law. Now, one of the Democrat lawmakers from Miami, I believe, said that this is incredibly irresponsible because it'd be like people out there driving cars without licenses. It's funny. I heard her say that, and I went, "Yeah, if I'm a grown up and I can pilot a motor vehicle, if I can pilot a motor vehicle safely, why do I need a license from the state of Florida or the state of Georgia or the state of confusion? Why do I need one? It would be different if you had gun laws that say, you know what, you buy a gun, you agree to every 7 years, coming in and taking a test and showing that you're still proficient. That would be different. It'd be a smart thing to do anyway, to go to shoot straight or whatever, and make sure that you're proficient with that firearm, and that firearm is in good working condition, and it's safe to be sitting, in the gun safe, and that it'll operate the way that it's intended to operate when you have it. That makes sense. But this is not what these people are talking about. These people are talking about confiscation. Yes, they said for years, no, we're not coming for your guns. And now it's, oh, hell yeah, we're coming for your guns. Yes. Rosie O'Donnell tweeted yesterday, yes, take away all their assault weapons. And what we know is there's no such thing as an assault weapon, but whatever. Yes, they are. They want to repeal the Second Amendment. Before I let you go today, I want to ask you a question, something I want you to think about, whether you agree with me or not. I want you to think about this. 30 years ago or 35 years ago, we didn't see nearly the amount of mass shootings that we see today. Have the guns changed that much? Have the bullets changed so much that people are drawn to this? What's changed? I don't think it's the guns. Guns still do what guns do, and have done historically. Humans, however, hmm, I think that there's been some change in human beings, And all along the way, we have we have a lot more people who are unchurched, whether you agree with some church teachings or not. The church, if done correctly, I'm not just talking about the Catholic Church, I'm talking about having a religious upbringing, sort of gives you guardrails. Think about this, guardrails to live by. And most people don't get out of the guardrails. They stay within the guardrails. Keeps them from thinking at some point it's perfectly okay to go into a school and mow down children. Not that it's foolproof, because you're dealing with a fallen, sinful world. Nothing's foolproof. Nothing's going to work every single time, for sure. Never has, never will. But 35, 40 years ago, a lot of people had those guardrails in their lives. And now, for a number of reasons, most of them which you already know, people don't. People wake up and say, and Jimmy says, you know what? I'm Jane now. They're off the guardrail. And then Jane decides that she's going to go into a Christian school and kill as many people as they can, or she's going to, or someone, or are they going to go into to a gay nightclub and kill as many people as they can? Got to put the guardrails back up for folks. What do you think? You think it's time? My name is Willie Lawson. This is fightbackmedia.com, fightbackmedia.com, and fightbackmediatv.com. Until we see you again, go out there and learn something, love somebody, and for goodness sakes, y'all take care of yourself. We will see you when we see you. Bye-bye now.